Guys, what about Ponzinibbio? Holy shit, man.
It was so
Did you see the
impressive.
fight?
Yeah, we did watch them, and we haven't talked about it yet. I'm glad you're on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know me, Matt. I love a good leg kicker. Like, there's nothing. I don't know why I love someone. Like, when a fighter has a hard time standing because he has been leg kicked. I mean, Ponzinibbio is just almost impossible. He throws everything.
Dude, he was on point. And the last time we seen him was
Mike Perry?
when he beat Perry. Is that correct?
Yeah, decision against Mike Perry. And he was very good against Gunnar Nelson as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has.
Hey,
did he have a layoff after Perry? That was last December. I think.
He was supposed to have. Let me double check who was supposed to be against.
Oh wait,
Kamaru. He was supposed to fight Kamaru Usman,
yep.
and then he had to pull out of that fight. He was injured.
What is he ranked now?
10th, and Magny was 8. But I do think they'll obviously flip those. So Ponzinibbio should be 8. Here's what I want to see, Matt. Because I think he needs one more fight before you give him a title fight. But I would love to see Ponzinibbio against Wonder Boy.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's the fight I would love to see.
That'd be
Ben
interesting.
Askren, I'd love to see, but I want to see him against somebody on the ground. I'd rather see him against Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Good. I couldn't have picked up a better guy. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to see him with that or Morales. The guy, was that Sergio Morales?
Yeah.
Am I saying his last name
Moraes?
right?
No,
Moraes.
Moraes. Yeah.
Moraes, I'm sorry. But I want to see him with a very skilled grappler, Askren. That's what
I think you're talking about Ponzinibbio. Okay, yeah.
No, I was, and then I went all over the place with my fucking head.
That's okay.
But, Jimmy, I do miss you because it's been a while.
I know, buddy.
I've been here a fucking week already.
That's okay. You're enjoying it. You've earned it. The Serras have earned a nice vacation.
I do.
Are you staying on your diet, Matt?
What's that?
Are you able to stay on your diet while you're at the
Come
theme park?
again? No, I'm only kidding. Listen, I've been doing good with my diet, but I'll tell you, I had one Mickey pretzel, I'm not going to lie, and I felt like shit, and I regretted it right after. But since then, my wife's been doing some training, so we brought Mitts with us. So every morning, myself and Mrs. Serra, we start with some pad work, and then I do my 100 push-ups, my sit-ups. Because, my wife's doing a little kickboxing,
Oh, good.
I might even get her an amateur fight, believe it or not.
That's awesome.
Is that funny?
Yeah, I mean,
Jane English?
You'll feel better being away because, she can take care of herself a little bit if any problems when she's out at the store.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. She'll break her jaw real quick. She's like my Italian Wonder Woman.
Hey, Matt,
listen, back to the fight.
What did you think, Matt, about Magny's? Magny didn't seem to be able to get going, and he had no answer for those leg kicks.
I just felt a good point with not being able to get going. I mean, I just think, first of all, that first jab, it totally either blinded him or made him cockeyed or whatever it is. But you're looking, he was protecting that. So it was his right eye, and then it was his left leg. So he's trying to cover his right face, the right side of his face. Now he can't stand up because his left calf, it was the calf he was attacking, yes?
I believe so.
Dude, that is you got to give it to Magny for hanging in as long as he did. Because, he's a tough dude. And that second round, and you saw him trying to just gain some ground. But Ponzinibbio wasn't having it, man. And for such a long layoff, he's looking phenomenal. I can't wait to see what's next for him. I thought he had an amazing showing. Almost flawless. Right? It was so one-sided. Shit.
I love him, and it seemed like a couple of times Magny was hoping he'd come down to the ground with him, and Ponzinibbio wanted nothing to do with that. And it was funny, Magny would try to meet him in the center of the ring, and then within a minute, he's kind of back bouncing along the cage, just going around the out, he just couldn't get anything going, and he could not keep Ponzinibbio off him.
Yeah,
he was stalking him. Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly what you just said, Matt, then about the stalking. It's a very basic principle, and that fight was won with basic principle. He pressed Magny, who is dangerous for sure, and he's proven in his fights he could be losing, and then he'll knock you out or he'll finish you. And he pressed him up against the fence early, very early, and then when he hit, you were absolutely right, because he confirmed that, Matt, in the post press conference at the end, that he was hit by that jab, and he was trying to protect it, and you could see it. And then not only did he establish, being a shorter fighter too, enabling himself to establish that jab is impressive because he didn't have the favoured reach. So that's impressive to be able to get in on a taller fighter. And not only was he getting in, but he was getting out. So Magny wasn't catching him with any counters. And then when he did try to counter him, he got that, like you said, and that was a good detail to observe, Matt, that you did, which was it wasn't a low tip traditional low kick. It was a top of the calf kick, and we're seeing that more and more now because people are recognizing that your leg can take a lot more than your calf. And you could see within 2 or 3 kicks, that changed the course of the fight.
When a guy is hopping on one leg, like the last thing a fighter wants to do is show that he's hurt. When a guy is fucking hopping, you know he's hurt because he's showing you.
Especially a man of that caliber, he's a tough kid.
Yeah.
He's not going to show you that unless he absolutely has to, you know.
Jamie, being the expert Muay Thai striker instructor over at Hansel Gracie Academy, I like to give you plugs, by the way. Let me ask you, with the traditional Muay Thai, because I feel like it's fairly new, these calf kicks. I really do. Is that an ancient technique? I mean, is it just kind of breaking on the scene now? Do you see that in traditional Muay Thai?
No, I have to say, in my personal experience, it's a new thing for me, my observation. Like, I haven't seen it so much. And you see these things occurring in Thai boxing and other areas. Like, when I was training a lot with Professor Danaher in Jiu-Jitsu, a lot of the stand-up we would practice, we would be doing some judo. And we started doing a Sasai technique, which you threw Matt Hughes with, actually, Matt, in your fight. And it's that forward pressure and you just trip the front leg. And we've been doing that in Thai boxing, and it wasn't really legal in Thailand, and now it is. So, like, you see other sports start to make an impact on other sports, so that you can see these things evolve. And I certainly think it's one of the things that has evolved from the Thai low kick, but it's certainly not. It wasn't something I was aware of until recently.
Let me ask, what do you think, as an answer for that leg kick, which he was landing all night? At one point, Magny has to realize he's got to do something, or it's not going to stop. What do you think what should he have done to handle that, or to counter it, or to make Ponzinibbio think about throwing it?
Are you asking me, Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, I would. There's 2 things I would think. The first one was the more traditional method, unfortunately, but it is more of an emergency when you're getting hurt, is to switch leads, to go to the opposite lead, to take away that injured leg. But that's
like a sign saying I'm hurt.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what some people do. And then the other version of it is to make that person miss by feinting a little bit on you stepping for your jab and then pulling back out, which he, if I remember correctly, I don't really think Magny did any real feints. Yeah. But you know who did was Ponzinibbio. He was feinting because when he would hit with the jab, then he would feint with the jab and kick, or feint with the jab and it hits him with the jab. He's very smart.
Well, feints are almost like his stance. It's almost like he's just doing that naturally as he's moving forward. He's feinting the entire time.
It's very, and that's how George fought a lot, St. Pierre. Like, he would feint, and so you got to use things. This is the basic premise of a lot of striking. You've got to establish something, and then you can use it to get around other things, because once they respond, if they don't, you just keep doing it, like kicking the leg. Once they respond, you should have an answer to their response.
Now, what did you also? What do you think? Who do you think is next for Ponzinibbio? I was calling for Wonder Boy, Matt. That's what I want to see him fight. Or did I just say that to you? I said that to you. Who do you think?
What do I think about that fight?
Well, who would you like to see him fight next?
I don't mind. I wouldn't mind that. It's funny with that because that would be interesting, because Wonder Boy's movement is different than everybody's.
Yeah.
But he has that karate type bounce. Now, when you think about Ponzinibbio, the only thing that you could look that's similar to that would be, and they're not totally they're not totally similar styles, but standing up, he does have a karate type bounce and this and that would be Gunnar Nelson, who got caught by Ponzinibbio with I believe a straight right and just got starched.
Yeah.
Which Gunnar Nelson's father did right. I think he did right into the show or hit me up somewhere saying that it was something, got hit behind the head or something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. But
was that first round too, Matt?
That was like the opening. I'm pretty sure that was like the opening of the first round.
Yeah, it was, man.
Because I remember being like, oh, man, I love watching Gunnar Nelson. Holy shit. That type of thing.
Yeah.
Where he got fucking starched. But, so, I mean, he was able to time that. Now, that's not saying because he timed Gunnar Nelson, who does have like a bouncy type karate-like stance. I mean, that's, he's known for his jiu-jitsu, and, Wonder Boy is a master among masters with his karate.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I would love to see that. I would like to see if he could figure out Wonderboy's, timing standing up, and how Wonderboy deals with him, because Ponzinibbio, man, that guy, I liked watching, like, right before the fight, and they do that, they're showing how he, who was it, what's his name, not Joe, it wasn't Joe, the other bald guy.
Jimmy Smith?
Jimmy Smith. I love Jimmy Smith. I'm sorry. But I like when he was going over, like, they showed, like, the movements, and they were showing how how he's all over the place. He's zigging, he's zagging. Next thing he comes in and he's blitzing people. I like Ponzinibbio.
I love
Guys,
him.
Really quick, before I forget, Ricardo Lamos. That was freaking awesome, no?
Incredible. Yeah, it's funny. We did the picks. Yeah. My pick was, I had Lamas by a late choke. I picked him, and Chris didn't read my picks. I had sent them all in. I had him. I had Ponzinibbio 4th round knockout, but by leg kick, which was incorrect. I was close.
So close.
Very close.
Yeah, Ricardo Lamas looked incredible. The third round knockout by punches.
Awesome. And Elkin, it takes two to tangle, man. Darren Elkin is, he's always fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good victory.
Like
there.
a psychopath. Yeah. Fucking psychopath.
Yeah, really, really tough to stop. So that, I think that was I was going to say a smart move, but obviously he's always trying to finish someone, but it's a nice thing for Ricardo Lamas to be able to have finished a tough guy like that.
For sure.
I'll tell you,
it's a tall order.
One of the most amazing, fucking Johnny Walker and that elbow knockout of Khalil Roundtree.
How tall is he?
I want to say 6'5" or 6'6". He's a very big dude.
6'5", I think.
And he had a huge, I want to say a 6. Did he have a 6-inch reach advantage?